And we are starting with some breaking news coming in of how really Shinde plotted the entire rebellion in the Sena and what really led to the downfall of Shiv Sena. In fact, first it began with cross-voting in Rajya Sabha as well as the MLC polls, how these cross-voting precipitated and developed, and that's how Shinde and his few MLAs suddenly visited Thane. Shinde and his other few MLAs then finalized their move and rebels expressed dissent, left for Surat, and that's when the Shinde associates are prized at the last minute. My colleague Tamal now joins us live from Guwahati. This is a big update coming in, Tamal. We have inside sources now indicating and revealing how really Shinde managed to, in fact, in a way, execute this rebellion, how they moved from Thane to Surat and later to Guwahati with those massive numbers.
Well, absolutely, and the allegation against Eknath Shinde is that the plotting, the entire hatching of the planning happened at the behest of somebody, indicating there are external parties. Of course, the indication is towards BJP, that BJP has possibly given that kind of support and assurance. And also, leaders from the Shiv Sena, from NCP, they are suggesting that look at the dynamics as how it panned out. They first went to Surat, which is in Gujarat, a BJP-ruled state, and from there they came down to Assam, once again a BJP-ruled state. So the choice of state, even to have a control over the dissident MLAs or for logistical support, the NCP, the Congress, the Shiv Sena from the Uddhav Thackeray camp, they are indicating there had been an absolute conspiracy and there had been possibly a larger plan in the making in which Eknath Shinde has party too. Well, very interesting. When I arrived here in Guwahati, at the very airport, people are suggesting that if Maharashtra has Mumbai as the capital, the political capital, it seems like has shifted to Guwahati. Why? Because you have all these MLAs. As Eknath Shinde claims that the number is more than 45. We all know by now, to avoid anti-defection and to have that two-thirds majority, the number which is 37, Eknath Shinde camp claims that he has got the numbers of Shiv Sena MLAs. But whether he has been able to cross 40 and on record can he prove that, it's something which is not being challenged by Shiv Sena. We have to understand there are two aspects to it. There is one constitutional aspect which can only be validated with a flow test, and there is a political aspect to it. What is the political aspect? The political aspect is who does Shiv Sena, the mother party, belong to? At this point in time, the Election Commission data suggests that Uddhav Thackeray is the chairperson of Shiv Sena. But Eknath Shinde, with the pure support
absolutely,
of all
and even as we are closely tracking those developments as well, more MLAs that have now arrived in Guwahati. Stay with us, Tamal. Let me also go back to Radhika now joining us live from Mumbai. So Radhika, according to our sources, it all began with the Rajya Sabha as well as the MLC poll when Eknath Shinde was not of the favor and against those extra Sena votes to be given back to the Congress. In fact, he had a heated argument with both Aditya Thackeray and Sanjay Raut. That's where the rebellion began from.
Absolutely. As far as these MLC and Rajya Sabha polls are concerned, we did witness cross-voting happening, which led to a huge setback as far as Sena is concerned. Following that, there were a series of meetings that happened, chaired by Uddhav Thackeray to take stock of the situation. He pulled up several leaders as well for letting this cross-voting happen. And of course, as you mentioned correctly, Eknath Shinde had several differences with Aditya Thackeray, with several top leaders within Sena as well. And, and time and again in the last few years, not just the MLC and Rajya Sabha polls, but over several issues with respect to his constituency, with respect to certain portfolios, he had difference of opinion and he used to, seek Uddhav Thackeray's appointment on many issues, which was not given to him, which is something that was mentioned in that letter as well. In that particular resolution letter, he clearly mentions, even one of the other MLAs is also mentioned in that particular letter, that there was no hearing, no patient hearing given to several MLAs. However, NCP Congress were given more attention as far as Maha Aghadi is concerned. So yes, of course, the last straw was the MLC and Rajya Sabha polls, the cross-voting that began, after which a series of meetings took place. And then, following the series of meetings, all the MLA joined together and made their way to Surat and then to Guwahati.